What's missing from your survival kit is far more likely to get you killed than what's already inside it. Most people focus on what looks impressive. Knives, backpacks, water filters, multi-tools. They buy what the checklist tells them to buy. And then they feel prepared. They're not. Because store-bought survival kits are designed for inconvenience, not for injury, not for isolation, not for failure. They assume help is coming. In real survival scenarios, help is late or never. Today, we're going to break down the most overlooked, underrated, and dangerously absent items that actually decide whether you live or die. The comfort lie of survival gear. There's a lie built into modern preparedness, that if you own the gear, you've solved the problem. But survival doesn't care what you bought. It only cares what works when conditions are bad, time is short, and stress is high. Most kits are designed by people who have never had to rely on them. They're neat, they're lightweight, they're reassuring, and they fail when reality shows up. Survival isn't about convenience. It's about stopping problems that kill people fast. Let's start with the fastest one. Section 1, the trauma tool. Your first aid kit is missing. Let's get honest. You don't have a first aid kit, you have a boo-boo kit, bandages, alcohol wipes, pain relievers, great for picnics, useless for trauma. In real emergencies, people don't get small cuts. They fall, they slip, they break glass, they mishandle tools, and the number one preventable cause of death in trauma situations is uncontrolled bleeding, not infection, not shock, bleeding, and bleeding doesn't wait. Why bleeding kills so fast. An arterial bleed can kill you in minutes, not hours, minutes. Before hypothermia, before dehydration, before hunger, blood loss ends survival immediately, and most civilian kits have nothing capable of stopping it. The tool that changes the outcome. The solution is a real tourniquet.
Slide the strap a few inches above the wound, pass the red tip through the buckle, and pull it back on itself. Cinch it down until it's good and snug. Now grab the windlass and start turning. Keep going until the bleeding stops.
Not an improvised stick and bandana. A purpose-built combat application tourniquet. These are designed for one-handed use. That matters.
Hold it right there. Pressure's good. Keep it up.
Tourniquet going on. Need it high and tight.
Copy.
Twist lock. All right. Bleeding slowing.
Good. Wrap them.
Bandage secure.
Wolf 3, this is Vale. We have one down, tourniquet applied, need evac.
Because if you're injured, you may be alone. You may not have help. You may only have one working arm. A real tourniquet lets you save yourself. How it actually gets used. This isn't complicated. High on the limb, tight, crank until bleeding stops. That's it. You don't loosen it. You don't check it. You stop the bleed. Training takes minutes. But without the tool, training doesn't matter. If your kit doesn't contain a real tourniquet, you're gambling with time you won't have. Failure mode. Without one, a bad cut becomes fatal. A fall becomes unrecoverable. A minor accident becomes the end. This single item is missing from most civilian kits, and it's the difference between survival and statistics. Section 2, fire that works. When everything is wet, next problem, cold. You think you know how to make fire. You have a ferro rod. You have waterproof matches. Then reality hits. It's been raining for days. Everything is soaked. Every twig, every branch, every log. Your sparks are perfect. Your tinder is useless. Cold doesn't care about your confidence. Hypothermia kills quietly. Why fire fails? Most people fire fails because people prepare for ideal conditions. Dry wood, sunny weather, calm hands. Real conditions are ugly. Cold fingers, wind, rain, stress. That's when fire matters most. The solution nobody carries correctly. The answer is fatwood dust, not sticks. Dust. Fatwood is pine heartwood, saturated with flammable resin. When shaved into coarse dust, it ignites in conditions where nothing else works. It's water resistant. It's reliable. It burns hot and long. Why dust beats? Everything else cotton balls fail when wet. Dryer lint fails when damp. Fatwood dust doesn't care. You keep it in a small sealed tin. It weighs almost nothing. When everything is soaked, you pour out a small pile, one spark, and it erupts into a sustained flame. That flame lasts long enough to dry wet kindling and build real heat. This is fire insurance, failure mode. Without reliable fire, cold drains energy. Energy loss leads to mistakes. Mistakes lead to exposure. Fire isn't comfort. It's survival. Section 3, the resource carrying problem nobody plans. For here's a problem that doesn't show up on gear lists. You find resources, water, firewood, food. Now what? Your pockets are small, your pack is far away. You can only carry what your hands can hold, which means leaving resources behind. That mistake costs people dearly. The solution that weighs almost nothing. The answer is a cotton mesh market bag. Yes, a grocery bag. It compresses to the size of a golf ball. You forget it's there until you need it. Then it expands to carry a massive load. Firewood, food, wet clothing, tools. It drains water. It breathes. Plastic traps moisture. Mesh prevents rot. Why this matters. Survival isn't just finding resources. It's moving them. One trip instead of 5 saves energy. Energy is life. Failure mode. Without a way to carry, you waste calories. You abandon resources. You expose yourself repeatedly. Efficiency keeps you alive. Section 4. Communication. When technology lies now, let's talk about the modern failure point. Your phone. It works, but it can't connect. No signal. No calls. No texts. This is how small problems become fatal. Why phones fail in emergencies sell networks overload. Too many users. Too much traffic. The phone isn't broken. The system is. The lifeline that actually works. The solution is a satellite messenger, not a phone. A device that talks to satellites. Devices like the Garmin InReach. They send messages anywhere. No towers required. They allow tracking, two-way texting, and a one-button SOS. Why this changes. Everything that SOS connects you to a staffed emergency center. They see your exact GPS location. Rescue begins immediately. You can also message family. I'm delayed. I'm safe. That prevents panic and bad decisions. Failure mode. Without communication, minor injuries escalate. Searches are delayed. Isolation increases risk. Connection equals survival. Section 5. Your hands are your life. Next problem. Hand injuries. Your hands are your primary tool. Fire, shelter, first aid, defense. Lose your hands and survival becomes impossible. Cuts, splinters, infection. In a world without doctors, this is deadly. The armor. Most people ignore. The solution is heavy-duty work gloves, not thin gardening gloves, real gloves, leather-palmed, puncture-resistant, durable. They protect against cuts, thorns, heat, and contamination. They let you work without hesitation. Failure mode. Without hand protection, small injuries compound. Work slows. Infection sets in. Protecting your hands protects your future. Section 6. Shelter. That actually works now shelter. Those thin space blankets, mostly useless. They tear. They're loud. They don't block wind or rain. They look good on packaging. They fail in storms. The shelter upgrade. That works. The solution is an emergency bivvy. A bivvy is not a blanket. It's a sack, windproof, waterproof, durable. You get inside it. That creates a pocket of still air your body can heat. It blocks wind, blocks rain. It turns exposure into survivable discomfort. Failure mode. Without real shelter, wind strips heat, rain drains energy, exposure ends survival. Shelter buys time. Section 7. Mental discipline. Under stress gear doesn't fail first. People do. Fear causes rushing. Rushing causes mistakes. Preparedness is mental before it's physical. Slow down, breathe, make deliberate decisions. The survivor isn't the strongest. It's the calmest. Section 8. The pattern. You should notice. Every item we covered solves a real problem. Bleeding, cold, isolation, injury, exposure. None of them are flashy. All of them work. Your kit shouldn't impress people. It should keep you alive. Final doctrine. Preparedness isn't fear. It's honesty about what really fails, about what really kills. The worst time to discover what's missing from your kit is when you're bleeding, cold, alone, and out of options. Fix it now. Final call to action. I want to hear from you. What's the one overlooked item you never leave behind? The gear that doesn't make lists but has saved you before. Drop it in the comments. If this changed how you think, like the video. Subscribe for survival content that actually works.